Good morning to all my friends and family, and welcome to this episode of Jim's 5am Club. I'm just on the train here, heading from Wynyard to Circular Quay. It's an overcast morning. Looks like we may have a little bit of rain again. And spring has been a wet spring in Sydney for 2021. I want to go on a little journey this morning. It's a little bit different to the book summaries that I normally host, but a very interesting one at that. Actually, it's looking to be a fairly nice day. It's cleared up a bit. It was wet and overcast when I left home, but as I'm pulling into this magnificent train station called Circular Quay, as you can see, it is an absolute treat, a masterpiece. Anyway, what I want to do today is go through a book summary entitled The Last Lecture. The Last Lecture by an author named Randy Pausch. And see what we can learn from this.
This station is
very interesting indeed lecture by an academic who sadly had everything in his life. He had family, he had 3 children, was married, had a wonderful career, had achieved a lot in his 46 years, but unfortunately he was ill with, I think it was pancreatic cancer, and his life was cut short at 46. But in the true tradition of academia, being a lifelong learner and also a lifelong teacher, he did want to take this opportunity and leverage it for his family, for his students, and for his community to pass on his lessons. And those lessons have been captured and documented and put into a book entitled The Last Lecture. And what we'll do today is just go through it and identify the key 3 points from Randy Pausch and see if there's anything there, any insights that we can incorporate into our own lives. I guess the important lesson to come out of this book was that Randy wasn't worried or afraid of dying, but his biggest point was that he was sad about leaving his family and, most importantly, leaving his children. The sorrow he felt for leaving his children to grow up without a father. And I guess for me that was a real powerful, profound point, because we live in a world today where most children, dare I say the majority of children, grow up fatherless through broken families, through divorce, and the way our system is designed, most children stay with their mother, and I believe that's always the best option as well, as long as the mother is not causing damage or pain or being abusive to her children. But a lot of children grow up fatherless. So to hear Randy say that the sorrow he felt about leaving his children to grow up fatherless, puts a lot of things into perspective, especially a lot of those families where the husbands do the wrong thing and abandon their wives, abandon their children, and hence basically propel their children into growing up fatherless. Because regardless of how caring we want to be, once you fall in love again, once you get distracted, once your life takes another turn with another partner, it's hard to be the father to those children that they need and they deserve. Anyway, let's move on to to the points that come out of this book. The first formal point to come out of this book is where the author says that it's important to stick to your dreams, and that if you have strong ambition, you will eventually make them come true. They may not come true in exactly the way you dream them, but they will come true in other forms, potentially. So always have your dreams, always push towards achieving those dreams, and be on the lookout for clues as to whether or not those dreams have eventually materialised and come true. The second formal point to come out of this book is a powerful one that we all should understand, and it resonates with all of us, that we gain immense pleasure in giving to others. So it should be a lifelong mission. It should be one of our key priorities in our lives, to give to others and to help others succeed, because it can help us as individuals gain immense pleasure and satisfaction. So one of the secrets of Randy, and I guess the secrets of a lot of the academics in our lives, the teachers, how many times have we had teachers in our lives be pains, be pushy, and to cause us temporary grief? But what this author says is that it's important for each and every one of us, if we're going to be true to ourselves and true to the people around us, to always push people to do better. Not only to do better, but to do much better, because very, very few people actually reach their potential. So it's our duty, it's our responsibility to help others improve and to be a catalyst in their lives for them to continually and never-ending improve, to continually chase continual and never-ending improvement. So can I? So his message to each and every one of his students and to the rest of the world is to embrace tough love, to embrace honest feedback, but also overlay that and support it with tons of support. To be a very supportive person, but to be honest with your feedback, and to also, express tough love, because people need tough love, according to Randy Pausch. So Randy was a person who was hard to please. We've got a lot of those people in our lives who are hard to please: the bosses, the managers, the partners, the uncles, the aunts, the parents, the grandparents. But it's these people who are hard to please, but who are also hard to contradict, because where they come from is a place of love, where they're able to provide facts and their opinions are based on things that are going to help us grow and develop. So the bottom line, according to the author, is to help others find and identify their best qualities, and to contribute and give back to community. That's a wonderful message from Randy, and it's something I guess we all should strive for. And the last point to come out of his book and his last lecture is to understand that simple advice does not necessarily mean poor advice, but rather the opposite. So, always look for simple advice from those around you, and always seek to provide simple advice is the key message. And you need to basically understand and embrace that we need to connect with others, and we gain through that connection. Humans are social beings. To spend your life being isolated, to do things by yourself all the time, to eat by yourself, to travel by yourself, to go to the movies by yourself, Fair enough, that's okay to do on occasion, every now and then. But Randy's saying that we need to spend more time connecting with others, you know, and don't take things and people for granted. Reflect on the advice that they give you and consider, how can I implement what I'm being told? Why am I being told this? Obviously somebody's telling you something not to annoy you, not to bring you down, not to destroy you, but to help you become a better version of yourself. So the final point that Randy gives in his final address is that some people that you meet in your life, not everybody, but some people, and it's not the people that you really expect to find this, but some people that you come across are full of wisdom and wonderful advice. And the key message, the key final message from Randy is it's important to listen to those people and to take note of what they have to say, what they have to give, what they have to contribute, because one day you'll open your eyes, you'll wake up and they won't be there. Your maths teacher in year 10, for example, won't be there. You'll be gone. You will not be able to count on his wisdom and his advice or her advice anymore. So the key message is to embrace those very, very few people who come into your life to improve your life, who are hard to please, annoying sometimes, but are people who are going to help improve you beyond sight. Our parents aren't going to be with us forever. Our uncles and aunts, our grandparents, our teachers, our bosses, our work peers. Some are going to be great help, others are going to be damaging. But we need to be able to discern which ones are which. But sometimes the worst people in your life end up becoming the best people when you look back in hindsight. So I guess that's about it. So my train has arrived. I'm going to board this train and head off to Mascot, where I'm working today. And I thank you for joining me on this book summary where we discussed the last lecture. And for each and every one of us to have an opportunity to make the most of those valuable lessons that we have around us. I guess all of us, hope one day that we get an opportunity to give a last lecture and not die or leave this world suddenly without leaving a message or passing on a message. So all the best to everybody, and I look forward to coming to you again from a different location with a different message of empowerment. And how beautiful is this public space called Circular Quay? Where else in the world can you board a train or get off a train and be presented by this absolutely glorious view of Circular Quay and Sydney Harbour on a beautiful emerging spring day? Take care, everybody. Yassas, and bye for now.
Doors closing.
Take
Please
care,
stand clear.
and we'll chat again. Happy Friday. Cheers.